Imagine a dark historical horror documentary film exploring a chilling true crime mystery rooted in religion and psychological manipulation. The cinematic scene begins with a foggy dawn over the rolling hills of western Pennsylvania in 1845, revealing a modest immigrant settlement called Sacred Heart. Visualize wooden houses clustered around a large, imposing stone church with a tall bell tower crowned by a cross silhouetted against the steel-grey sky. The camera zooms in on St. Joseph's Catholic Church, its stained glass windows glowing dimly in the early light. Narration overlays the footage, explaining how the Irish immigrants built this church with their own hands, hauling stone from local quarries and timber from nearby forests, driven by unbreakable faith despite grinding poverty. Men are shown working in coal mines, their faces black with soot, returning at dusk to kneel in prayer, their wives clutching rosaries, children gathered around kitchen fires listening to tales of saints. Introduce Father Cornelius O'Malley, a tall man with prematurely silver hair, piercing blue eyes, and an educated Dublin accent. Show him arriving on horseback through driving October rain, his cassock soaked, boots muddy, yet his gaze commanding instant respect and trust. Visualize parishioners greeting him with hope after weeks without a priest since old Father McKenna's sudden death in the garden. Show his forged documents bearing Bishop Kenrick's seal, authorizing his assignment, handed with a confident smile. Transition to warm interior, candle-lit shots of Mass, where O'Malley's Latin chants echo under stone arches, incensing clouds swirling around brass candlesticks. His sermons draw families from miles away. Visualize him commissioning stained glass windows of Irish saints, Bridge, Columba, Patrick, their vibrant colours casting sacred hues across kneeling worshippers. Focus on altar boys in crisp white surplices learning rituals with devotion. Show Michael Flanagan, age 12, reciting Latin prayers with trembling but proud voice. Tommy Sullivan, age 10, eyes wide with theological wonder. And Patrick Donnelly, the blacksmith's eldest son, expressing desire to join priesthood inspired by O'Malley's scholarly aura. Shift mood with subtle dread. Boys training in the dark, candle-lit church basement among dusty relics, stone walls lined with iron crosses, shadows flickering over their innocent faces. Their parents feel pride at their son's spiritual maturity, without realizing O'Malley is grooming them methodically, his cold blue gaze studying each child, selecting victims under the guise of private spiritual instruction. Transition to the Feast of St. Joseph, March 19th, 1847. Show frost glittering on windows, Michael's mother pressing his white surplice until it gleams, watching him walk to church in pre-dawn darkness, prayer book clutched, misty breath fading behind him. Hours pass, he doesn't return. Visualize anxious mother checking the church, finding only Mrs. Morrison arranging daffodils, saying Father O'Malley left early for Pittsburgh. Cue frantic search sequences, men combing forest under grey skies, calling Michael's name, dragging icy pools, entering abandoned mine shafts, interrogating travellers. Evening descends as O'Malley returns, horse-lathered, expression grave, claiming he met Bishop Kenrick to expand altar boy programs. Show him addressing the devastated congregation at candlelit church that Thursday evening, his deep Dublin voice weaving guilt, grief, and obedience. Dramatically narrate his lies. Michael confessed stealing communion wine and mocking Mass with Protestant boys, thus fled in shame. Close-ups of weeping parents. O'Malley calls them to prayer, successfully quelling suspicion by branding Michael a sinner. Introduce Margaret O'Brien, the humble cleaner who notices dark stains on Michael's abandoned prayer book, wax patterns suggesting ritual rearrangement, and the usually locked basement door ajar. Visualize her descending cold stone steps, retching at sickly sweet incense mixed with decay. Show her confronting O'Malley, who looms over her, his blue eyes ice cold, voice threatening softly, accusing her of gossip as a sin, silencing her with spiritual intimidation. Transition to ominous visuals. Margaret writing observations in her hidden journal by candlelight. Over months, children's behaviors change. Tommy Sullivan speaks of sacred secrets he can't share with anyone but Father O'Malley. Parents notice their sons growing distant, obsessed with obedience and mystical doctrine. Include dark scenes of rituals in the basement, flickering candlelight illuminating sacred relics on stone altars, Father O'Malley whispering Latin prayers, boys kneeling with glazed eyes, faces pale and fearful. Zoom in on O'Malley's predatory gaze as he selects each boy like a lamb for slaughter. Narrate how Michael Flanagan never left the church, his body buried beneath the basement floor alongside damning ritual evidence. Reveal O'Malley expanding the program with single boy sessions, explaining to parents it ensures deeper spiritual protection against satanic corruption. Mothers beam with pride as they send their sons into darkness. Show Tommy Sullivan, now senior altar boy, impressing visiting priests with theological recitations, while Margaret continues to observe blood-like stains, incense masking decay, and O'Malley's growing influence. Visualize the congregation at Mass, candle flames flickering, O'Malley's voice booming about sin, punishment, and obedience to God's representatives. Finish with a chilling narration. This was not an isolated horror, but part of a systematic network hidden by church authorities, revealed only when renovation workers unearthed 127 pages of forbidden documents sealed by the Diocese of Pittsburgh in 1854, detailing testimonies, photos, and correspondences ordered destroyed to protect institutional reputation. Survivors broke 170 years of silence to reveal rituals disguised as prayer, psychological manipulation so deep that parents willingly deliver children to their doom. End the scene with the channel narrator's voice addressing the audience. Only those brave enough to confront monsters hiding behind trusted faces can bear these truths. Hit subscribe if you seek reality hidden beneath centuries of faith and fear.